Hi, I'm Denise. Thank you for watching my video. Today I'm going to be talking about the sound. This is the sound made by the letter H in English. I will be talking about how to make this sound. I will talk about the letter H in this sound and in other sounds, and I will also talk about a silent H. I will give you some words to practice saying with me. I will give you some minimal pairs, which are pairs of words that sound very similar but are not the same. I will give you a short quiz, and then I will give you some sentences to practice with me. If you would like to go directly to any one of these sections, you can click on the timestamp that is in the description area for this video, okay? Also in the description area, you will find some information about some very good dictionaries, if you're looking for a dictionary, and you will also see a donation link for you to use if you would like to donate to my channel, okay? So, let me get started with how to make the sound. This is a very soft sound. It almost sounds like just breathing out. If I were to breathe heavily, something like the out breath is the sound made by the letter H. It sounds like breathing out when I breathe heavily. As I said, it's a very soft sound. There is no heavy friction or vibration at the back of my throat or the back of my mouth, as in some other languages. We are simply pushing air out through our throat. The air comes out through our vocal cords and out our mouth, but we do not vibrate the vocal cords. So this is a voiceless sound. There's no vibration here. There's simply a pushing out of the air, simply breathing, heavy breath. Okay? All right. When I make this sound by itself, my lips and my mouth, my tongue are all very relaxed. When I make that sound alone, my tongue is simply resting at the bottom of my mouth. However, this sound is always followed by a vowel sound. So as I make the sound plus the vowel, my lips and my tongue will take the shape for whatever vowel follows. Okay? For example, I could say ha, ho, he, hi. So my mouth, my lips, my tongue, they're all getting into position for that following vowel. But again, the sound by itself is just very relaxed, okay? There's no particular position, just a slightly open mouth and a relaxed tongue, all right? Let me go on now to talk about the letter H and also a silent H. The sound is made by the letter H, as in these three words, hat, here, hello. They all begin with the letter H. Hat, here, hello. In these four very common words, and a couple others, the letters WH make the sound. We have who, whole, whom, whose. It's as if the words began with the letter H, so the W is silent. Who, whole, whom, whose. And in some words, not too many, but in a small number of words, the letter H is silent. I have the word silent here. In this word, the H is silent. This is honest. This is our. This is vehicle. The letter H is silent in all of these words. It's as if there were no H, as if this word began with the vowel sound. Here, this begins with the vowel sound, and here we only have the vowel sounds. Honest, our, vehicle. With this word, most Americans pronounce this also without an H. It has a silent H. We pronounce this as herb. Some people do pronounce the H, but most do not. In British English, the H is normally pronounced. In these three words, most Americans do not pronounce the H. So I've got it in this category here, in the silent category. This is what, when, why. What, when, why. However, some people do pronounce the H, and when they pronounce it, they actually put it in front of the W. So it's something like what, when, why. I don't pronounce these words that way. I pronounce them with the silent H, but some Americans do pronounce them with a bit of an H in the front. If you'd like more information about the letter W or the sound W, please take a look at my video about that sound. The letter H does not always make the sound. We have seen that it can be silent in some words. Well, it can also make other sounds when combined with certain other letters. I have put some examples up here for you. H combined with T, as in the word three, and the word teeth, makes the th sound. In the word this, it makes the th sound. H with S is in the word shoe, and the word fish makes the sh sound. H with C is in the word child, and the word teach makes the ch sound. In the word echo, H with C makes the k sound. H with P is in the word phrase, and graph makes the f sound. H with G is in the word laugh, makes the f sound. And in the word sigh, it makes no sound. These two letters are not pronounced, so I put the null symbol. So these are just examples of when the letter H combined with some other letters can give us a new sound, okay? But H by itself is normally the sound, or it can be silent in some words. If you'd like more information about any of these sounds, please see my other videos. I do have videos about all of the sounds, and they may be helpful to you. And now I'd like to practice saying some words with you, okay? Now it's time to practice some words with the sound. The words in the first column have at the beginning of the word. The words in the second column have in the middle of the word. And the words in the last column do not have at the end of the word. The sound does not occur at the ends of words in English. So I have crossed out that column, okay? All right. I will say these words, and I would like you to please repeat them after me, all right? Notice before I begin that in this word, only the first H makes the sound. The second H, as well as this G, are both silent here, okay? And in this word, the letter W is silent. So this word begins with the sound, okay? All right, please repeat these after me. Hand, hand, have, heavy, heavy, help, help, high, high, hope, hope, hotel, hotel, who. All right, and also please notice that my mouth shape did, or the shape of my lips did change when I made these, when I said these words, okay, when I made these sounds. Remember what I said earlier, that the mouth will take the shape of the following vowel. So you can see the difference in these. For example, I'll repeat a few of these. Help. See where my lips are? Help. Help. I'm making that shape because of the eh sound. But then when I get to this word, my lips will change. So, help, hi, hi. So my mouth opened more. Look at this one. Hope, hope. My lips became rounded for the O sound. Okay? So I just wanted to point that out as a reminder. Okay? All right, let's practice these words in this column. Ahead, ahead. Alcohol, alcohol. Behind, behind. Perhaps, perhaps. All right, I hope you did well pronouncing those words. I'd like to say a few sentences now, and please repeat these sentences after me as well, okay? All right, and I'll use some of the words on the board. Okay? Hand and high. He raised his hand high in the air. He raised his hand high in the air. Heavy and hope. I hope you have heavy boots. I hope you have heavy boots. Hotel, who, hotel, and help. Who helped you in the hotel? Who helped you in the hotel? Okay, now a couple here, all right? Perhaps and alcohol. Perhaps we should serve alcohol. Perhaps we should serve alcohol. All right? And now ahead and behind. And hotel. Okay. Is the hotel ahead of or behind us? Is the hotel ahead of or behind us? All right. That's the end of this section. Let's move on now to minimal pairs. It's time for some minimal pair practice. I'd like to practice some minimal pairs with you now. A minimal pair is a pair of words where only one sound in the words is different, okay? The other sounds in the pair are the same. So in this column, I have words which begin with the sound, and in this column, I have words which do not have the sound. Some students do have trouble pronouncing the sound. They sometimes eliminate it, they don't pronounce it, so the word they may say might sound like the word in this column, okay? So I want to practice these so that if you're one of those people who has trouble really pronouncing the sound, you can practice these and try to be sure that you get for these words and you do not get it for these, okay? Okay, please repeat these words after me. Heat, eat, heat, eat. Hair, air, hair, air. Hate, ate, hate, ate. Hedge, edge, hedge, edge. Howl, owl, howl, owl. Now I was exaggerating a little bit the H sound or the H sound because I wanted you to hear it, okay? We don't really have to exaggerate it, but we do have to pronounce it, okay? It does have to be there in each of these words. All right, let's practice the words going down the columns now, okay? All right, please repeat. Heat, hair, hate, hedge, howl, eat, air, 8. Edge, owl. Okay, one more time across and then we'll move on to the quiz, okay? Here we go. Heat, eat. Hair, air. Hate, ate. Hedge, edge. Howl, owl. Okay, quiz time. And now it's time for a short quiz. I would like to do a short quiz with you now. In this quiz, I have 5 sentences, and each sentence has a pair of words from the minimal pairs that we just saw. And I will read these sentences to you, but I'm only going to say one of the words in the pair. And I would like you to listen carefully and decide which of the 2 words I say. All right? The first word in each pair begins with the sound, and the second word in each pair does not begin with the sound, so I've put the null symbol. I will read each of these sentences only once to make it a little bit more challenging for you, and I just would like you to decide which word in the pair I say, okay? So let's get started with the first sentence here. Did you eat the food? Which word? It was eat, okay? There's too much dirty hair here. Which word did I say? It was hair. Okay. I hate that honey. Which word did I say? It was hate. He hopped over the hedge. Which word? It was hedge. And the last one, he heard the loud howl. Which word? Okay, it was howl. I hope you did well. I will now read these sentences once again, and I will repeat the word that I marked, the same word that I said last time. Okay? So please listen carefully. You can repeat if you want a little bit more practice. Did you eat the food? There's too much dirty hair here. I hate that honey. He hopped over the hedge. He heard the loud howl. Okay, one thing I want to point out here is that each of these words that I've underlined are important words in the sentence. So they get some focus, they get some stress in the sentence. So that helps you hear which word I said. For example, here, hate or ate, regardless of which word I say, these words are both verbs and they're very important to the meaning of the sentence. Okay? So hate that honey. So it needs a little bit of stress. And when I make that stress, you can better hear the at the beginning of the word. And with all of them, this is hedge and edge are both nouns, but they're very important to this sentence. So I gave them a little bit of stress. He hopped over the hedge. So hopped and hedge are both very important. So I gave that word a little bit of stress. So again, when I give it stress, you can better hear the at the beginning of the word. All right, I hope that you did well with this listening quiz, and let's move on now to sentences. Finally, it's time to practice some sentences. I would like to practice some sentences now with you. I have written 4 sentences up on the board here, and each sentence contains many words with the sound. I will read each sentence, and then I would like you to please repeat it after me. The first time I read, I will read it very slowly and try to pronounce the words very carefully, and then I'll read it again, I don't know, 1 or 2, maybe 3 more times, a little bit faster each time, a little bit more naturally. And each time I would like you to repeat. Notice that I have underlined the letters H in these words, sometimes in blue and sometimes in red. The reason I've used two colors here is because the letter H is pronounced differently often, depending on whether I underlined it in blue or red. The ones that are underlined in red must be pronounced every time. Okay, the letter H must be pronounced. So, at the beginning of each of these words. But the ones that I have underlined in blue do not have to be pronounced each time. And a native speaker probably would not pronounce the H's that I have underlined in blue. The reason is because these words are unstressed pronouns in the middle of the sentence. Okay? They're each a pronoun. They happen to be pronouns or small words, and they are unstressed. When they are unstressed, a native speaker normally would not pronounce that. Instead of saying he, a native speaker would just say E and would join this word with the word in front. So it would sound something like did he instead of did he. Here, a native speaker probably would not pronounce this H. Instead of saying his, a native speaker would say is and would join that word to the word in front. So instead of saying hit his, it would sound like hit is, and the T would turn into a D. Here, instead of saying her, a native speaker would probably say They would not say the H, they would just say and then join it with the previous word. Helped her. And up here, this would be hurt is or hurt is. The H would not be pronounced. Now, when you're practicing with me, you're welcome to pronounce the H in each of these words, even the blue ones, okay? That's fine. But I just want you to know that a native speaker probably would not, when they're speaking naturally, if these words are unstressed. And I'm pointing that out to you so that you will understand. If you hear somebody say something like hit her or helped her, you'll know that it means helped her, okay? But again, you are welcome to pronounce all of these H's, even the ones underlined in blue, okay? Please repeat after me. Whose hat is here? Whose hat is here? Whose hat is here? Whose hat is here? Now notice I had to pronounce all of the H's because each word is important here, and it's not a pronoun like these. Okay? Okay. How did he hurt his hip? 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 Okay? Did you hear in the last two that I did not pronounce the H here or here? How did he hurt his hip? How did he hurt his hip? Okay. But again, you are welcome to pronounce all of the H's. Here, notice that this word, he, in this word, he, I've underlined H in red, but up here I underlined it in blue. Here it's underlined in red, that means I must pronounce that H. I have to pronounce it when it's at the beginning of a sentence. Okay, same here. So if it's the first word in the sentence, it must be pronounced. If it's in the middle of a sentence and unstressed, it does not have to be pronounced. Okay. He hit his hand hard with a hammer. 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 Okay, so there I said hit is. I didn't pronounce that H. Okay. Last one. He helped her with the heavy hardware. 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 Okay, so I didn't pronounce the H in the last two sentences there. I hope this helped you. I hope this whole video helped you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it. Please like, please subscribe, and please share this video with other people. Also, please take a look in the description box. There is good information about some dictionaries there, and also there's a donation link for you to donate if that's something that you can do and are interested in doing. I really would appreciate it. These videos take a long time to make, and donations are always welcome. But even if you can't donate, I'm really happy that you watch and that you watch all my videos. Please watch my others and please share them with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.